If you've ever staked SHIB token in ShibaSwap and looked at your rewards, you would have noticed that there's a token which has been steadily adding millions of tokens each week into your rewards balance. Today we're going to take an updated look at the rewards mechanism in ShibaSwap and across all the stakeable assets, including SHIB, Leash, and Bone. And then we're going to take a dive into this Ryoshi Vision token, which so many people have been asking about. All right. Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. All right. Staking on ShibaSwap is unique in that depending on whatever token you stake, you receive multiple rewards in direct proportion to the amount which you have staked. Basically, when you bury SHIB tokens, the default setting is that you receive 3 layers of rewards, and that's Bone, Wrapped Ethereum, and SHIB. Now already this over here is above the industry standard in terms of the amount of tokens you receive. But recently, ShibaSwap it allowed a project by the name of Ryoshi Vision to distribute additional rewards to ex-SHIB holders. And the current balance across all stakers at the moment should be roughly 42 million, equally distributed amongst all ex-SHIB holders who are obviously stakers of SHIB. But I'll come back to this later. I'll get back here. Basically, when you bury Leash, you receive Bone rewards and a share of the allocated swap fees, which are also converted to Bone. Similarly, when you bury Bone, you also receive Bone rewards and a share of any allocated swap fees, which are also converted to Bone. Just to wrap it up. Okay, let's head back to this Ryoshi Vision token. But before we continue, if you're interested in simulating the profit potential of your crypto, I have released my crypto simulators, which are now available for download. I'll leave the links in the description. And thanks to everyone who's been picking them up lately. Your response has been very much appreciated, and I hope you enjoy them and have fun with your simulations. Okay, let's head back to this. Now, when I saw these tokens accumulating every week, I decided to do some digging to find out about this project and to find out why the Shiba Inu developers found it good to add this to the list of rewards for Shiba Inu. Now, if you hover your mouse, even though this is a screenshot, if you hover your mouse over this section, it gives you some further detail into what's happening with this token. And what I'll do is I'll just expand it out here. It reads, your woofed Ryoshis will be released weekly for the next 6 months. Unclaimed amounts will continue to accrue onto the next. Only for ex-SHIB holders. Rewards are calculated on a weekly basis depending on the percentage pool ownership and the total available rewards of that week. And yeah, that's what it says about that. Anyway, it turns out that this Ryoshi Vision is a project that was it was by a developer who was inspired by the Shiba Inu founder Ryoshi, and this developer I don't know if it's just one or if it's like a team of them. They were drawn to Ryoshi's vision of a decentralized community, and they came up with solutions which they feel fit quite well into Ryoshi's vision. Now, it turns out that there's a lot of information, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to summarize some of the highlights and the highlights which I see, and then I'll do some of the fun stuff. Like I'll do some simulations of how this token can perform if it ever matches the stages of various stages of Shiba Inu's success. And to that end, I've put together a price simulator really quickly for this video, and it's actually just a soft fork of the Shiba Inu calculator, and you'll see why that makes sense later. Okay. I've had a very quick look at the white paper, and what I'll do is I'm just going to compare it against the elements of the Shiba Inu wolf paper, which I know as well. And I must clarify that although Ryoshi's vision is on ShibaSwap at the moment, they're actually independent to the Shiba Inu developers. All right. And the Shiba Inu white paper is called the wolf paper. The Ryoshi Vision one is called Vision paper, if I'm correct. It starts off with a section. It starts off with a very similar view of decentralization, in comparison to the Shiba Inu one. They define decentralization as at its core, it means dispersing decision-making power among all levels of hierarchy, and that's quite similar to the Shiba Inu perspective. And they also have a section about decentralized solutions, which they intend to bring. Without going into too much detail, their white paper it speaks of those solutions as NFTs, art, and gaming. And it seems like gaming is going to be quite a strong theme with this project. So that'll be, and I think they even want to bring out AAA gaming, which is pretty good for gaming fans out there, especially in this environment of NFT gaming, which is getting quite popular. In fact, a quote from their vision papers, it actually reads, Ryoshi Vision aims to disrupt the entertainment and technology sector by creating utilities that benefit artists, creators, and players. And it's interesting that they use the word disruption. If you watched my video yesterday, that is some of the themes which Ryoshi actually mentions or suggests in the Wolf paper as well. Okay, for Shiba Inu, we already know quite specifically what the solutions are in the form of ShibaSwap, ShibaNet, and even recently NFTs. But it'll be interesting to see how things turn out for Ryoshi Vision. Let's quickly just compare some of the similarities. They're both ERC20 tokens. They both have deflationary mechanisms, although some of the tokenomics might be slightly different. Um, but then Ryoshi Vision has quite a robust burn mechanism, and I'll explain more detail about that. Whereas initially Shiba Inu didn't have a burn mechanism. Now we do have utility burns, which are coming up, but they're quite different compared to the Ryoshi Vision mechanism. There is a DAO, as in a decentralized, um, like a voting mechanism, which also is in Shiba Inu. Their tokenomics are similar in terms of the launch, and I'll describe that a little bit later. And they both projects were launched in August. Yeah, August. I think this is August 2020. This is August 2021. So let's see. The tokenomics can be summarized as follows. Basically, very similar to Shiba Inu, 1 million Ryoshi tokens were minted, and then after that, 500 trillion of those, which is exactly half, were burned to the SHIB address, and they've got, I think their vision paper actually shows you the contract address, so you can verify this. And the other 500, it just goes straight to the Ryoshi contract address, and that's similar to what happened with Shiba Inu. So in this regard, they're replicating the same sort of scenario. And in this section here, it talks particularly about more detail about the tokenomics. For every Ryoshi transaction, I believe 1% is burnt, and it goes to the SHIB address, and I think that's 1% of any sort of transaction, like transfers, buying, and selling. So that's actually quite robust in terms of, if the more transactions which happen, the more burns which are going to take place. And in addition to that, these rewards which we've been getting here, they actually, I think 1%, if I read this, of every transaction is added to the rewards pool, and I think the rewards pool is what we get a piece of over here. Cool. So regarding some of this, for all of those who've been spamming the comment section, calling for burns for Shiba Inu, this here actually in Ryoshi Vision is actually what you've been asking for, and I'll take that opportunity to quickly explain why it's not possible at the moment for SHIB to do the same thing. It's pretty much because currently the circulating supply of SHIB is already in public hands. It's already in private wallets and on centralized exchanges. Basically, people already own the circulating supply, which is in SHIB. And also SHIB, it never built a burn mechanism right from the beginning. And that's why the only burning which can happen has to be through the utility options which have been presented so far. But that's not the case for new projects like Ryoshi Vision, because they have a mechanism which is built in from the very beginning, and and this way, this is also something which they deliberately built in because they know that the SHIB community, um, really calls for burns. Now, let's have a quick look at their website. Just going to jump here. Okay, it looks pretty clean. It shows the price here at the top, and throughout it, you're going to find links to the vision paper and some details, which I've mentioned. Let's see, they had a fair launch. Yeah, I think some of these details we've already spoken about. They have something called an anti-bot code. You can have a read of that. And finally, like if you scroll towards the bottom, it shows you that you can only buy, um, officially you can buy Ryoshi Vision on ShibaSwap, as far as I know. Okay, guys, it's simulation time. Let's jump right here. Now, I made this really quickly just for this video, but this time it should be a lot more accurate than previous attempts which I've made. Because we've got a lot more information now. And for those of you who already own pro versions of the simulators, no, this is not included because I've actually just made this right now for this video. But the concept is actually exactly the same as the open calculator, which you would have. It's only just that I've customized it for this particular video to look like the Ryoshi Vision one. Okay, let's get right to it. So the circulating supply of Ryoshi Vision is currently about 335 trillion, and you can actually get these details from their website. I think they have a certain section on their website um, if when you click on it, it's called Ryoshi Burn, and that's where you can actually get the details of their circulating supply. So there's that there, and then we'll just update the price. So I'm just going to quickly find the price. I can get this from anywhere, but for now I think it's pretty close to, okay, 1134. I'm going to head back here and I'll update the price, and then I'm just going to take the amount which should be added to the market cap, and there we go. So that's the current market cap of Ryoshi. Because we have the circulating supply, uh, we are able to calculate the accurate market cap even before CoinMarketCap has updated their data. Now, that's the advantage of having a simulator, because you can accurately plan out the scenarios if you have the right data. Right, let's quickly buy some Ryoshi. I'm just going to put a random amount. I'll say $1,000. I'm just going to click buy. So it looks like that's about currently it buys about 8 billion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add roughly the Ryoshi Vision tokens, which we already have, because I think it's about 42 million. Then I'm going to add these amounts which we've just bought roughly. So that's roughly how much we've got at the moment. Now, that's actually a really low market cap at the moment, but that's typical for a new project. But it's actually a good thing because typically any market caps which are which are between 500 and 100 mil, they actually have strong potential to 10x and even more if they have enough traction on it. So I think it can easily hit 150 mil. So I'm just gonna increase this until I can get as close to 150 mil as I can. Okay, cool. So that's 150 mil. So the price here would be about 454, and our $1,000 would have become quite easily 4,000. So that's and I personally think that that's quite a manageable target for a project which has this amount of exposure. Let's see. What else I can say. I can say that currently 20% of SHIB's current okay, about 20% of SHIB holders are actually ex-SHIB holders. So let's just say that they all got excited with this new token in their rewards, and then they decided to buy some. So having that in mind, I'll say 20% of SHIB's current market cap. So that's roughly about 500 mil. So let's try boost this to 500 mil, see what happens. I'm going to try boost this, see how close can we get. Okay, at 500 mil, Ryoshi Vision, I think, yeah, it would have eaten a 0, and our 1,000 would have become 14,000 at this stage. But let's not forget about those burns, because they have robust burns in their thing. So I have no idea how to calculate this since I'm just doing this on the fly. So I'm going to just, let's say 20% is burnt by that stage. So then, yep, the circulating supply goes down, the price goes up, and now we're up at about 17K, which is quite interesting. And I think I'll leave it there for now, guys. But I think you guys get the picture. And of course, those of you who have calculators, you can even go further. So you can go ahead and have fun. The links are in the description. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is Ace. Peace.